let's do it. So welcome again to this new week and new topics. We're actually starting a new topic which is the personal tastes week. Now, of course, we're gonna see one side of it today and another side of it in a couple of days. The very first part of the personal tastes week is going to be makeovers. Okay, so I want you to think about this, specifically the word makeovers related to humans, because there are going to be other makeovers that you may find on the internet, but we're thinking about these type of makeovers. Okay, I think that the very initial conversation will have to be around the word makeover. Okay. If we understand the word and the context, then I think the rest of the lesson is going to make sense. If you do not know what this word means, I totally recommend for you to go to your dictionary and look for a definition. Okay. So it could be wordreference.com or it could be any other dictionary that you think is a good one that will provide you this. Okay. So makeover without the S, and it's just one word. Okay. It's a makeover. So if anybody can give me an idea, an explanation, something that you find in the dictionary about this word. How can we express this word or explain this word?
Cambio de imagen.
hmm So it's a change in your image, in your look, and that is exactly right. So it's a cambio de imagen. If we see this girl over here is helping, I don't know, her friend or her client to change or improve their image, right? So that's how we're going to begin the class by understanding what a makeover is. So we're talking about changing looks, changing your image. Now I have a more personal question that I would like you to answer, and you're going to use Nearpod for that. And the question that I want you to answer is this one. Would you let a friend give you a makeover? Okay. So your friend is in charge of giving you a makeover. I don't know if you have seen these shows uh, online or on cable TV where where this person needs a makeover, right? They need a better haircut, they need better makeup, a better closet, and they use an expert to provide this kind of I will say consultation, right? Or assessment. And they end up like looking very well. Now, question is, would you trust your friend that much in order for that friend to give you a makeover? And I would like to know your opinions. You can say yes and tell me the reasons why you will let that friend do it, or no, and your reasons behind saying no. That's how we're going to start. So we're going to have 2 minutes and 30 seconds for you to process this question and for you to answer it. So 2 minutes and 30 seconds is all the time you have to answer this question. Would you let a friend give you a makeover? Remember, the idea was to know what a makeover is first, so you can know how to answer this. So I'll give you the time, and we'll get back to our conversation in 2 minutes. Okay, you have 30 seconds to finish putting together your answer. Time's over. So let's take a look at some of your answers and maybe you guys can expand a little bit on it, okay? Um, um, let's. I'm gonna I'm gonna go with three people. I'm gonna start with Karen. I'm gonna go with Luisa, and then I'm gonna go with Liz. So these are the three ideas that I would like to hear. First of all, Karen, let us know a bit of your experience. So would you let your friend give you a makeover?
Yes, she did. Last year we have wedding, and she do that for me to do the makeup.
Okay, perfect. And it was it something like really different to what you normally wear, or was it?
Yes, because
Mhm.
I usually don't wear makeup.
Oh,
I don't like
okay.
wear makeup when it's something like special, like weddings or something special. I like do makeup, but the other ways I don't use makeup.
Okay, I understand. Okay, that's incredible. Thank you. Thank you for sharing your opinion. And of course, now we know that you will let your friend do it, but you have the experience.
Yes.
Perfect.
Hmm?
Luisa, what about you? Tell us about your opinion. So, would you let a friend give you a makeover?
To be honest, I so sorry. This is I don't is I will don't. I think
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't
Hmm.
let to my friend give me a makeover because we have a different kind of styles.
Hmm. That's right. And well, I think that that's the dramatic thing of makeovers because sometimes they don't really follow your style. So they change your
Yeah,
style, right? So would you like to get a makeover like from a professional or you wouldn't?
no, I wouldn't.
You're okay with your style.
Yes, because I prefer if it is from clothes, I
Hmm.
prefer only neutral colors
Hmm.
than I don't know how to say llamativos.
Okay. Bright
I don't
colors, we're gonna
like,
call it.
yes, I don't like this type of colors.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, pretty honest. I appreciate it, and I guess that you have your reasons. Good job. Let's see, Liz, what about you? Would you let your friends give you a makeover?
Mm, I think I can give my opinion, but sometimes they can be uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable, okay?
And uncomfortable. Sometimes they accept comments, but comments about makeover, but sometimes they don't. They don't accept.
Don't accept. Okay. But well, I think this is in the case that you are giving the makeover to your friend, but on the opposite side, let's say that would you let your best friend like give you a makeover? Like decide what clothes are you going to wear, what kind of makeup, the haircut that you're gonna get. Would you let your friend decide that for you?
Oh, it's different because I accept comments. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Okay.
don't problem with this.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. I see what you mean. So I think that that's the case. I appreciate it. And yes, so you can receive some feedback or maybe some comments, and I think that's good. A makeover, I think it's a little bit more dramatic, right? For example, like your friends deciding, like this is for everybody, right? So your friends deciding what you're going to wear. And I didn't ask you men because I don't know what I would do in that situation either. So if I think about my friends, let them choose what kind of haircut I'm going to get, uh, what kind of clothes I'm going to wear. Um, I don't know. I wouldn't trust another guy probably because he's either as I will say not an expert as I am, so I think I wouldn't feel comfortable with it. Would I let an expert do it? Maybe. I'm not entirely sure either. As you said, as Luisa said, I like my own style at the moment, so I don't know if I will let them do a makeover for me. Um, but yeah, I think it's um it's a good starting point to start thinking about what a makeover is. What are the consequences of a makeover? Sometimes a makeover can be very good on a person, and you can see, wow, that haircut is it's excellent. It's gonna make you look younger, or that kind of colors are better for your skin tone, or I don't know, the makeup that you're wearing is also like highlighting the traits of your face. Sometimes a makeover can be very, very good. And some other times a makeover can be not that good. I'm pretty sure that you have some examples in your mind. Think about a friend or a person you know that had a makeover, right? Maybe a change in haircut. Um, and some of them they look like really, really nice. The lady, if it's a lady, the lady looks more beautiful. But sometimes the color of the hair, the style of the haircut, it makes people look a little older or maybe out of fashion. So it can go both ways, right? Some of you were saying I don't think I trust my friends enough to let them do this. Some others said, yes, I will let them do it, right? Because maybe you have similar tastes, and that is good. So we're going to see a story in which we're going to represent this, right? Specifically those before and after pictures, right? Um, so this kind of makeovers, if you saw them on TV, had this specific test, right? So we have the before and the after. So we're going to take a look at two pictures, the pictures of Cindy and Scott. They have their before pictures and they have their after pictures. And I would like you to give me your opinion about those makeovers after we read the case of Cindy and Scott. So let's take a little sneak peek here of of the of them both. Okay, so we have Cindy on the left side, and we have Scott on the right side. Okay, so we're going to try to read a little bit on this one and see if we can. Let's see if I can. Okay, I think I can expand that a little bit. Maybe this is the best that I can do. Okay, so here it says, we gave Cindy and Scott, two very good friends, the chance to choose a new look for each other. Okay, how did they do? Here's the verdict. Okay, the before picture is this one. This is the before picture. So this is before, this is after the makeover. This is before, and this is after makeover. Okay. So I need a few people to help me reading. I actually need four because I have four questions. So I would like to know who would like to volunteer. So you can have the opportunity to read, and if you have the chance. Okay, so I have Karen. Anybody else? I need four. Thank you, Liz, Miguel. I need another person. Please say that. Okay, very good. So I'm gonna start with you guys. Karen and Liz, you're gonna help me reading Cindy's story on the left, and Friseida and Miguel, you're gonna help me reading Scott's story when we finish. So let's start with Karen. Karen, can you read the first question and answer?
What do you think about your new look, Cindy? I love it. I don't usually wear these colors, but this dress is really nice. I like it. I wouldn't usually wear this much makeup. I try to get ready as quickly as I can in the morning, but it looks good. I'm really pleased pleased pleased
Pleased.
pleased.
Perfect. Okay. So we have the first opinion of Cindy. Let's go to the second part. Okay. That's for Liz. Liz, can you read the second uh, part with the question?
Scott, you chose a completely different look for Cindy. How do you like it? I like it a lot. I try as hard as I could to find a style that suits her personality better.
Mhm.
Her hair, her hair looks great. I mean, I don't usually like short hair as much as long hair, but it looks good on her. I think, and I like the dress on her. She looks great.
Okay. Perfect. So these are the points of view for the look of Cindy. Okay. So let's recap a little bit on the paragraphs and make sure that we understand some of these words. Okay. So what do you think about your new look, Cindy? She says, I love it. I don't usually wear, right? So notice this word, the word wear is vestir o usar o ponerse. This word also applies for makeup, okay? So we normally use this kind of words with clothes, right? So I wear t-shirts. I love to wear t-shirts, right? So that's clothes. But you normally use this with other things, like, for example, accessories. Glasses, you wear glasses. A watch, you wear a watch. Maybe you have a necklace, you wear a necklace. And we're going to include the make makeup, you wear makeup as well. So I don't usually wear these colors. She's talking about maybe her outfit. But this dress is really nice. I like it. I wouldn't usually wear this much makeup. So this is what I said. Wear can be applied to clothing, like her dress or her colors, but also it applies to her makeup. I try to get as quickly as I can in the morning, but it looks good. I'm really pleased. Pleased is to be happy with something, right? So I'm very happy with it. Now, on the other hand, we have the opinion of Scott about her makeover. And we have here it says, Scott, you chose this is the simple past of choose. So you chose a completely different look for Cindy. How do you like it? So this question might be a bit confusing. How do you like it? It doesn't mean ¿cómo te gusta? Because that's the first thing that we may think, right? How do you like it is ¿cómo te gusta? No es una traducción correcta. Claro, si lo hacemos palabra por palabra, that would be the translation. But in English, we don't mean that. How do you look? How do you like it is what's your opinion about it? Okay, what's your opinion about it? So basically, they want to hear the opinion of Scott about the new look of Cindy. So he says, I like it a lot. I tried as hard as I could find a style that suits her personality better. The word suit is a verb, and it's basically saying the word the it's saying I was trying to find a style that matched her personality better, that of course, that went with her personality better. Her hair looks great. I mean, I don't usually like short hair as much as long hair, but it looks good on her, I think. And I like the dress on her. She looks great. So I just wanted to double check the vocabulary and some of the words there to make sure that we are on the same page and that we are, of course, understanding the message. Let's go with the second part. So I'm gonna ask maybe Feliceida first to go first with Scott. How do you like your new look, Scott? Again, remember that this question here is not ¿Cómo te gusta? It's what's your opinion about this topic, okay? How do you like your new look, Scott? So, Friseida, can you read the question and the answer?
How do you like your new look, Scott? Well, I kind of like it. I am not used to wearing pants like this, but they are just as comfortable as my jeans. And Cindy made a good choice with the suit jacket. Jacket, it's cool. Yeah, I don't look as scruffy as I did.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Let's go with Miguel. Miguel, can you read the last one? Question and answer?
Okay. Cindy, do you like Scott's new look? He looks very different. Yes, I really like it. He doesn't pay us much attention to his appearances as he should. Actually, the pastel shirt I chosen doesn't look as good on him as the bright color he usually wears. I don't think I like pastel that much after all, but over overall he looks a lot better. I like his hair short like that.
Perfect. Thank you very much. So let's pay attention to Scott's makeover. Now we're finding I would say more uh, more difficult words. I'm gonna call it that way. More difficult words here than in the text of Cindy. I'm finding words like, for example, uh, let's see here. I kind of like it. Kind of like it es como, sí, me está gustando, me va gustando, o sí, me gusta, pero no es un me encanta. Okay? I kind of like it is not the same thing as saying I love it. Right? It's my favorite thing in the world. I kind of like it is like I am beginning to feel like I like it. Right? Or I like it, but don't love it. It depends on the context, right? So he says, well, I kind of like it. And he's starting to give some reasons why he's starting to like this new outfit. So I'm not used to wearing pants like this, like these, but they're just as comfortable as my jeans. And Cindy made a good choice with the suede jacket. Suede. Now, I know that this is kind of a weird word, probably because it was not, or it did not start in English. Probably it's a word that English is bringing from uh, another language. But the word suede can be translated as gamuza. Okay, so it makes sense because if you look at his jacket, so it kind of looks like a jacket of gamuza, right? So Cindy made a good choice with the suede jacket. Now we're talking about the style or the material of the jacket. It's cool. I don't look as scruffy, so there's um, another word that sounds like a bit of out of the normal, type of words that we use. But the word scruffy, it basically just is used to describe his old looks, right? Sometimes this scruffy means that you don't really put much effort on your appearance, right? Maybe your hair is all over the place. You don't comb your hair, or maybe if you are if you're a boy, maybe just wear like a shirt, but it's all wrinkly. Uh, Maybe your jeans are all ripped. Maybe your clothing is really baggy, not your real size. So that's what scruffy means, right? So we can call it as descuidado, una apariencia, un look como descuidado. So he says, I don't look as scruffy as I did. O sea, ya no me veo tan descuidado como me veía. ¿No? Tan descuidado como me veía. So that means comparison, se está comparando su hoy su hoy y está comparando el antes, ¿verdad? So I don't look as scruffy as I did. Now in the second part, we have another set of words that might be again a little difficult. So we have Cindy, do you like Scott's new look? He looks very different. Yes, I really like it. He doesn't pay as much attention to his appearance as he should. Actually, the pastel shirt I chose doesn't look as good on him as the pastel shirt I chose doesn't look as good on him as the bright colors he usually wear. I don't think that I don't think I like the pastels that much after all. O sea, la camisa pastel que ella escogió, siente que no se le mira tan bien. Ella se está dando feedback a ella misma, así como camisa pastel. Y la palabra pastel se refiere al color, okay? So we're not talking about cake here. We're talking about pastel colors. Y en ese caso es la misma palabra. So we use pastel colors y colores pastel. But we refer to this type of colors, okay? So she's talking about pastel in that regards. And she says, but overall quiere decir en general, like in general, he looks a lot better. I like his hair short, so. The new haircut. Now, here comes your opinion. So you saw the the makeover. You see that what's the before and what is the after for both guys, for both participants. Now, the big question is, um, well, what are some of the changes that you saw? And did you, in your opinion, like the changes? So I would like to hear your opinion on these, okay? So I'm giving you 3 minutes, 3 minutes and 30 seconds to think about this, okay? So taking a look at the before and after, we already did. I mean, las instrucciones dicen look at the before and after pictures, but we already did. So you already know, right? So what I want you to do is to tell me what, in your opinion, has changed, but also include your personal opinion in did you like it or not, okay? Si pueden anotar qué cambios notaron, that's perfect, but I would like to know if you like the makeover for Cindy and what did you like about it or what did you oh, what did you not like? Um, and the change for Scott. So what about those? What things changed? Did you like it? Tell me. That's pretty much what I'm trying to get from you, your opinion. 40 seconds. If you're ready, go ahead and submit your answer. If not, you only have 30 seconds to try to put everything together. Okay, perfect. So let's evaluate some of the answers and see what are the opinion of the class. What's the general opinion of the class first? So Cindy changed her clothes and cut the hair. She looks different and elegant. He looks different, his appearance, but clothes is where. Oh, I don't know if tipo terminar. Pero la de Cindy, I think we
Well,
have.
I wanna
Go
say
ahead.
weird,
Her clothes is
weird.
weird, como son raras.
Sí, sí.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry.
So the word is weird.
Yes.
Okay, got it now. Very good. Good job. So now we have a good idea of the opinion of both. Let me put some more on the screen so we can hear the rest. I like the change Cindy overall. I like her color dress. The short hair is very nice. Definitely, I like Scott's new look. The short hair, maybe more color in his clothes. Okay, perfect. So we have one opinion. Other, more grow up. Okay. That's right. And I think what we want to say is that she looks older. Ella se ve mayor. ¿Verdad? Uh, and I think I agree with this opinion. I think that she looked very young in the before pictures, and now she looks, yeah, elegant, but it's still, I think she looks older. Uh, Again, these are just our opinions, right? Let's see here. Lisa, I would like the makeup that she's wearing, but I would prefer long hair. It's more elegant in my opinion. Okay, perfect. So we have different opinions. Um, she have full makeover in her hair, makeup, induced dress, and Scott, we don't really have all of the information. Let's see here. Okay, Scott, thank you very much. I see it now in the messages. He has, because we're talking about third person, so he has he had, because it's past, he had a haircut, changed his style, and he looks more elegant. Okay, perfect. So again, we might agree with the makeup or not. I personally think that her old look was a little bit better, just because she looked younger. I think in the case of Scott, yeah, short hair is better. Maybe I don't know about the pants. Maybe they'll have to be different. But the point here is, of course, reading the text, processing our opinion, and paying attention in the way that they are describing each person's style and the words that they are using to talk about the comparisons, right? So how I was before and how am I now, right? What's the comparison? How to compare those two things, right? My old outfits or my old looks and my new looks. So I want you to pay attention to some of these, right? So how do Cindy and Scott actually say these things? Find the sentences in the article. So Scott says, these pants and my jeans are equally comfortable. So what is the phrase in this text that expresses the same idea? Tratan de encontrar la frase. What is the phrase that expresses the same idea as in here? If you can read it for me, or if you can send it in the chat, or whatever you think is easier. Where is that phrase? These pants and my jeans are equally comfortable.
Yeah, it's green.
Sorry, did you say something?
No, sorry, did you?
Okay, no problem. So what's the phrase? That's what I'm trying to do with you guys. Here is one idea. These pants and my jeans are equally comfortable. Pero él lo dijo un poquito diferente en el texto. What is the phrase that he used or the sentence that he used to make this comparison?
But
Equal.
they are just as comfortable as my jeans.
Correct. So talking about the jeans, he says, or talking about the pants, they are just as comfortable as my jeans. Entonces, esta es una forma en la que él está haciendo esta comparación, right? So he's saying, son iguales, es decir, estos pantalones son tan cómodos como mis jeans. Es decir, there's no one none of those is more comfortable than the other. They're the same. So we're comparing. So that's how we make comparisons in English. Hacemos comparaciones. So we have different ways of making comparisons. And here we are comparing two things. And our final thought is that they are the same, right? So these pants and my jeans are equally comfortable. What's another way of expressing this? They are just as comfortable as my jeans. Okay. We have that very first one. What about the next one? Okay. I used to look scruffier. Ya sabemos que scruffy es estar todo desarreglado. Dice, solía verme más desarreglado. Okay. Where is that in the text? Where is it? Esa misma idea, ¿dónde está? ¿Y cuál es la frase que él usa en realidad? So we're trying to find those ways. So it's the same idea, but it's expressed in different words or in different ways. I would like to take a look at that.
I don't look. I do not look as scruffy. Scruff. How do you say the word? Scruff.
Scruffy,
Scruffy as I did.
Exactly. That's exactly right. So I don't look as scruffy as I did. Justamente es la última línea, miren. I don't look as scruffy as I did. So what's happening here? I'm gonna write it here. I don't look as scruffy as I did. So pay attention at these words, as and as. So I don't look as scruffy as I did. We are using these words to make a comparison. The same thing with the pants, right? So they are just as comfortable as my jeans. As comfortable, that's how I pronounce this word. Comfortable. I know that is the word is written comfortable, but in reality, if you hear people saying this word, they don't say comfortable. When they speak fast, they say comfortable. As comfortable as my jeans. So we have the word as again, as comfortable as. So we notice that these are things used to make comparisons. We're comparing one thing or the other. ¿Qué estoy comparando mi look? O él está comparando su look. Dice, no me miro tan desarreglado como me miraba ahora. Perdón, no me miro tan desarreglado como me miraba. Y aquí está comparando dos jeans, pero el resultado es que son iguales. Perdón, está comparando dos pantalones, los pantalones que tiene ahora y sus jeans. Y el resultado es que son iguales de cómodos. So they are just as comfortable as my jeans. So comparisons can be different. We can find things that are equal, or we can find things that is more than another or less than another. So that's the way that we can make comparisons. Another idea now based on Cindy. So Cindy is saying he should pay more attention to his appearance. And then, este está aquí atrás. He should pay more attention to his appearance. And what is the sentence? He doesn't pay as much attention to his appearance as he should. So I'm just going back for that. So this is the same idea. He should pay more attention to his appearance. No le pone tanta atención a su apariencia como debería. So same idea. It is just expressed in two different ways. And again, we are using the word as here to compare two things, right? Entonces la comparación es entre lo que es y lo que debería pasar, ¿verdad? Lo que es que no le pone atención tanto como debería. So, podemos hacer comparaciones de todo. We can make comparisons of two things, dos objetos y decir, este es más barato y que este es más, este que es más caro. Podemos comparar dos objetos o cosas que son iguales, ¿verdad? So, por ejemplo, la comodidad. No estamos necesariamente comparando dos objetos por su peso, ¿verdad? Pero su comodidad. So, this is more comfortable than this one, right? Or they are as comfortable as the others. So we're finding them equal. And in this case, we're not comparing objects. No estamos comparando objetos como tales, sino estamos comparando situaciones. So this is the real situation, and the future situation is that he should pay more attention to his appearance, right? So the real situation is that he's not paying much attention, and he should pay more attention to his appearance. Now, another one. I try to get ready quickly in the morning. I can't get ready faster. ¿Dónde usa esta idea ella? ¿En qué frase? Same exercise. Please go ahead and look at the text for Cindy and help me find where she uses this same idea and what are the words that she's using for that.
I try to get.
I try to get. Can you read the rest of the
Ready.
sentence?
Yes.
Mhm.
I try to get ready as quickly as I can in the morning.
Perfect. As quickly as I can. Esa frase, as quickly as I can, means that's the best I can do. Ya no puede más. That's the best she can do. I try to get as quickly as I can. So if you see another way of making comparison, as quickly as I can. Tan rápido como puedo. Es decir, no puedo más. I can't do it any faster. That's as quickly as I can do it. Okay, perfect. So that's exactly what we wanted to see. Text is showing us, of course, a lot of details. We see their opinions and everything, but the main point for today is to try to see the ways that they are making comparisons. And we are going to see in today's topic that we can compare many things. If we go back to pre-intermediate and some of the basic courses, we're going to remember that we can compare adjectives, right? So we have comparative adjectives. For example, we have the word nice and we have nicer, right? We have fast and we have faster. So, for example, this car is faster than this car, right? So I'm making a comparison there and I'm saying, okay, this car is faster than this. But that is not the only way in which we can make comparisons or we can compare things. And it's not the only thing that we can compare. We can actually compare different things. We can compare adjectives, we can compare nouns, we can compare adverbs. So there's the comparative adjectives is just one small part of all of the things that we can compare. And how can we introduce that comparison of other things? Well, we introduce them with the words as and as, okay? So that's how you make comparisons, okay? You can make comparisons with as or as, and of course, adding the word not when it's a negative comparison, okay? This works with adjectives, with nouns, and with adverbs. The most common one is the adjective because I think that we are more familiar with this kind of comparisons, right? For example, this car is as, sorry, is as fast as my car. So this car is as fast as my car. Basically, you have the phrase in here. And the adjective is right in the middle, right? As here, the adjective in the middle, and then as again. So this is the most common kind of comparison that we have, okay? So if we go back to the text, they were saying, or Scott was saying, the pants are just as comfortable as my jeans. And here's the form. So basically, here I'm telling you what is the structure. How can you build this in a sentence? You can add the word as, then the adjective goes in the middle, and then the word as. Okay? These pants are just as comfortable as my jeans. Remember that this can be a negative comparison to say that they are different, right? So we can say something like, the pants are not as comfortable as my jeans. So here, what you're saying is that, well, they are not equal, they are different. They are not as comfortable as my jeans. So this means that your jeans are better. Entonces, aquí está diciendo mis jeans son mejores, porque los pants no son tan cómodos como mis jeans. So notice how putting the word no here, you're making it different, right? You're making a difference here. But the adjective still goes in the middle. So just pay attention to that part. So I'm just showing you ways in which you can do it. But the most common is the adjective, but it's not limited to adjective. Remember that we have the way to make comparisons with nouns and with adverbs. So I'm going to give you some examples on how that can happen. And then I'm going to try to explain the use or the reason for it, so you can maybe understand it and we can practice more. So this week we're going to be working with comparatives, and today is just like the introduction of what we're going to be doing. So how can we work it with a noun, in a noun phrase? Notice that I'm saying a noun phrase. Una noun phrase es más largo que solo un noun. Un noun es un sustantivo. Por ejemplo, table. Eso es un sustantivo. A noun is something that you can see, you can touch, you can taste. So it's something. It's a thing, if we can call it that way. So it's a thing. Now this is a noun phrase. A noun phrase is a little longer. It's a phrase that is around a noun. Okay, se trata de un sustantivo, pero no necesariamente es un sustantivo de una palabra. A veces van a ser palabras más largas, ¿ok? O oraciones, perdón, frases más largas. For example, here, she spends as little time as possible on her makeup. She spends as little time as possible on her makeup. And if we pay attention here, we are not using adjectives. Vean en esta comparación, no hay un adjetivo porque el adjetivo no es lo que estamos comparando. No estamos diciendo, este pantalón es más cómodo que este. We're not saying that. We're not comparing objects. In this case, we're not comparing, in this case, yes, objects with adjectives. We are comparing a noun phrase. Una noun phrase can be something like el tiempo, ¿verdad? O poco tiempo. En este caso, ella pasa tan poco tiempo como le sea posible poniéndose maquillaje. Es decir, evita el maquillaje a toda costa, o si se maquilla, trata de gastar lo menos posible de tiempo en eso. That's what this means, okay? So we have a few things. Here, she spends as little time as possible on her makeup. As little time. Now, notice that the structure or the form is a bit different here, right? There is no adjective in the middle. What is in the middle now? The noun phrase, the noun phrase. Ustedes van a notar entonces que no va a haber solo una palabra a veces aquí, sino van a haber una serie de palabras que describen una situación, que es la situación que estamos incluyendo en la comparación. Ella pasa tan poco tiempo como le sea posible al maquillarse, o ella gasta lo menos posible tiempo en maquillaje. Talking about getting ready. Another example is with adverbs, okay? Estos no son adjetivos, son adverbios, okay? Los adverbios, recuérdense que no describen objetos. Los que describen objetos o personas son los adjetivos. Alto, bajo, corto, largo, that's an adjective. An adverb describes sometimes a verb or an action. So in this case, this word much no se está refiriendo a la persona, sino al verbo. ¿Qué es lo que no me gusta tanto? O ¿qué es eso tanto de lo que estoy hablando? El gustarme. I don't like short hair as much as long hair. I don't like short hair as much as I like long hair. Puedo cambiar el verbo acá y puedo poner cualquier otra cosa, ¿verdad? Por ejemplo, cambiar el verbo like para que ya no sea una opinión, sino, por ejemplo, la palabra wear, ¿verdad? Usar el pelo largo o usar el pelo corto. Yo no uso el pelo corto tanto como lo uso largo. Por ejemplo, hablando de un chico que le gusta dejarse el pelo largo y algunas veces en el año se lo corta, pero la mayoría del tiempo lo tiene largo. So, ese podría ser un ejemplo, ¿verdad? En el que cambiamos el verbo. Pero este much sigue hablando de ese verbo. It doesn't matter what verb it is. It just depends on the way that you're communicating. Now, what is in the middle? Vean que otra vez estamos usando as comparisons. So we're using as comparison, but what is in the middle? We have in the middle the adverb. So it depends on what you're trying to compare. But in the middle, you may have an adjective, you may have an adverb, or you may have a noun phrase. So these are all of the type of comparisons that we can make. Not only talking about describing an object, right? Like for example, here's my cell phone, right? And I can say, this cell phone is as expensive as that cell phone, right? Or this cell phone is not as expensive as your cell phone. Things like that. I'm describing an object and I'm using the adjective in this case, expensive, right? Or fast, or new. I can use any adjective. In the case of adverbs, they always work with some sort of a verb or an action because they're modifying that part of speech. And the noun phrase normally is a little longer. It's not just one word. It will be a phrase comprised by, I don't know, maybe 3 words. So these are just examples. We are going to see the real deal when we do some exercises. Now, before I let you go tonight, I just want to talk about the reason, because remember that I have been repeating this for the past few days. The very first thing is understand the form, like what is the structure, but also why. Why do I use this? How do I use it? In which situation can I use it? And when it is not appropriate. So that's what we call use. Okay? Use, the reason behind this. Okay? When two things or people are compared using as, it generally means that they are the same in some way. So how can we prove this? Well, let's take a look at the phrase below, which is from the text that we just read. The pants are just as comfortable as my jeans. So the pants are just, sorry. Oh, there we go. The pants are just as comfortable as my jeans. So I'm saying, when I use this, I'm saying that they are the same in some ways, right? Let's think about something else. The tablet is as useful as the laptop. So this is just one opinion, right? You might not agree with it. You may say, you know what, a laptop is better. It's not as useful, right? But this is just a phrase. And we are comparing two things. When we are saying they are equally equally useful. Why? Because when we use the word as, the phrase, and then as again, we're saying that generally they are the same in some way. Now, what happens when you don't use this and you use the word not instead? You have the word not in between or in the middle of the sentence. When things or people are compared with not as, remember that now we're adding the word not or a negative in the sentence, it generally means that they are not the same. It also has the meaning similar to less than, es menos que. So for example here, I don't like short hair as much as I like long hair. Again, I don't like short hair as much as I like long hair. And here we're using a negative sentence. I don't. So it's a negative, right? I don't like short hair as much as long hair. Here we have a noun phrase, a verb and an adverb. We are using the verb like, and we are saying we don't like it as much. Translation for this, el pelo corto no me gusta tanto como el pelo largo. En otras palabras, así como dice, es un significado similar a decir, me gusta menos el pelo corto que el pelo largo. I like this less, right? I like this less. So basically, when you say no or you use a not in the sentence, you're saying they are different. But on top of that, you're also saying something is less than. Me gusta menos. That's one way of seeing it, okay? So if we go back to the very beginning, makes sense now. O sea, tiene sentido. Si yo uso el as aquí y no uso el not, es porque digo que son cosas que son parecidas. Y si uso este ejemplo, ¿verdad? Estoy diciendo que son cosas que son diferentes. Y además, estoy diciendo que una me gusta más que la otra o que una es más que. Por ejemplo, acá, o es una menos que. I don't like short hair, ¿verdad? Estoy diciendo que me gusta menos, ¿verdad? Por ejemplo, yo digo, I don't drive my car as much as my motorcycle. No manejo mi carro tanto como mi motocicleta. Es decir, manejo mi carro menos que mi motocicleta. So when I add the negative, I'm saying they are different. No es como que lo maneje igual. No estoy diciendo manejo mi carro igual que el otro. Si le quitara el negativo, de hecho, cambia el significado y miro que cambia a que se parecen, ¿verdad? I drive my car as much as my motorcycle. So that means that they are the same. I drive my car the same as I drive my motorcycle. The same amount of hours, the same amount of kilometers. But if I use the negative, so in this case, it means that one is less than the other. I drive my car less than my motorcycle. Okay, so basically that was the main point of today. We're going to go back to the main reading just to try to find some of these comparisons and try to find the negative ones and the affirmative ones. Okay, so let's take a look at this, and I want you to help me sending in the Zoom chat what are the negative comparisons that you saw, okay, in the text. Ya saben que las comparaciones las encuentran con esta estructura, okay? As and as, right? Let me give you the first one. So she says, I try to get ready as quickly as I can in the morning. So this is one comparison. Ya encontré una. Pero quiero que ustedes encuentren cuáles son las negativas y cuáles son las afirmativas, okay? So the ones that have a not or a negative form somewhere is because they are negative, and the ones that are not having the word not, como esta que les di aquí. I try to get as ready as quickly as possible in the morning. Esto es, pues son comparaciones iguales. Es decir, lo más rápido que puedo, ya lo estoy haciendo. ¿Verdad? No está diciendo, me gustaría arreglarme más rápido. Es, ya estoy haciendo lo más que puedo. So this is the same. I can't do anything more than this. This is the same. So let's go ahead and do that part. We're just going to take a couple of minutes for that. Y en el Zoom quisiera que me envíen entonces las frases que hayan encontrado. You can go ahead and keep sending them. Dos listas. One that is the affirmative, that means equals, and the negative, that's negative list, the phrases or the sentences that you find that are negative. Solo para que quiero que noten que las negativas es porque son cosas que son diferentes y que una es más que la otra. Okay, so let's do that. This is just in Zoom, okay? So you don't have to do it in the Nearpod. I'm gonna leave the text intact here on the screen and you send your list on Nearpod, on Zoom. I see some coming. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm gonna be reading them out loud, okay? So you can hear what your partners or what your classmates are saying. So negatives. I don't usually like short hair as much as I like long hair. I tried as hard as I could to find a style, okay? Eso es un afirmativo, muy bien. Very good, thank you very much. I have received 2 of them. Let's see if we can get more. Thank you very much. I see more coming. Let's finish them together. I tried as hard as I could. Todos los afirmativos los estoy marcando acá. Define a style. They're just as comfortable as my jeans. Vamos con los negativos, los voy a poner en verde. Dice aquí. I don't usually wear short hair as much as I do long hair. I don't look as scruffy as I did. He doesn't pay as much attention to his appearance as he should. The pastel shirt doesn't look as good on him as the bright colors he usually wears. So the ones in green, you can find them in negative form. And the ones, thank you very much, guys. I see your lists. And the ones in yellow are the ones affirmative, right? So if we read them again, you will see that the affirmatives are saying the same, right? Es lo más rápido que puedo, es decir, ya no puedo más. Eso es lo más que se puede, ¿verdad? As hard as I could es decir lo mismo, ¿verdad? O sea, lo más, hice mi mayor esfuerzo y eso es lo que obtuve. Son tan cómodos como mis jeans, o sea, son iguales de cómodos. Ahora, cuando dice que no, dice, no me gusta el cabello corto tanto como me gusta el cabello largo. What is the meaning of that? El cabello corto me gusta menos. Aquí también, look, I don't look as scruffy as I did. No me veo tan eh, descuidado como me veía. Es decir, me miro menos descuidado ahora. He doesn't pay as much attention to his appearance as he should. Es decir, le pone menos atención que la de que debería a su apariencia. The pastel shirt I chose doesn't look as good on him as the bright colors he usually wear. Entonces, dice, la camisa pastel le queda menos bien, por decirlo así, ¿verdad? Traduciéndolo a literal, ¿verdad? Le queda menos bien que la camisa que él usaba con colores más brillantes. So that's what she's saying. So if we can record that in our brain, we're going to have a better time with the exercises. Just remembering these two things. Of course, we have to practice the grammar order of words and everything, but for now, I think that this is enough just to try to recognize it as an introduction. So to close today's exercise, I'm going to ask you to help me reading um, a little um, segment of a text, and this is really quick, nothing too crazy. It's an intermediate reading, not too advanced. It will have some new words, I will say, but not that many. And it's going to be about a circus. It has some comparatives. We will find some comparatives in the mix of this reading. Maybe comparatives that are going to be different to the one that we practiced today in class, but still, just for us to have a general idea of what comparatives are. So it's quite big. I think each of us is going to have the opportunity to read one paragraph, and then we're good to go. So let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we're going to do one paragraph each, and some of you are going to have a short paragraph. Sorry for that. But some of you will have a longer one. Okay, so this is paragraph number 1, and I'm going to get started, and I'm going to ask Friseda, if possible, to read paragraph number 1. Okay, so read through the text about a circus, then answer the questions, but we might not get to the questions today. So let's start. Friseda, if it's possible for you, read the first paragraph.
¿Me escucha?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
The Rodriguez brothers circus in the town every year. The circus arrives and stays for a week. Then they go to the next town.
Perdón, pero creo que no me estaba haciendo. Pero te voy a pedir que lo leas otra vez. I'm going to ask you to read again. Now, I'm just want to correct the pronunciation of the word arrives, okay? So the Rodriguez Brothers Circus is in town. Every year the circus arrives. Cada año el circo llega, arrives, and stays for a week. Then they go to the next town. So can you read it again? But now remember to pronounce the word arrives.
The Rodriguez brothers circus is in town every year. The circus arrives and stays for a week. Then they go to the next town.
Better. Thank you very much. Karen, can you read the next one?
There are not many animals in the circus. People told the circus that they didn't like seeing animals performing. The rest There is an elephant called Jacob and two old lions, Haiti and Meg. Meg?
Mega, very good. So those are the names of the animals. Very good. Let's go with Liz. Liz, can you read the next paragraph, please, here?
Hmm. Most of the performers are human. There is Leopold, the strongest man in the world. His father also worked in the circus, but Leopold is stronger than him. He has bigger arms and bigger legs too. Leopold performs his act every night for the townspeople who come to watch.
Perfect. Very good. Let's go with the next paragraph, and I'm gonna ask Luisa to help me. Luisa is the next one. Another performer is Clara.
Okay. Another performer is Clara. She says she has the longest hair in the world. It's about 4 meters long. She also has a daughter who works in the circus. Her name is Sue Ellen. Her hair is a lot shorter, but she wants to grow it as long as her mother's. Sue Ellen helps look after the animals, and she's also learning how to juggle. I don't know how to pronounce this word, teacher.
Juggle.
Juggle?
Juggle.
Okay.
Juggle
Mm,
is like, for example, you're grabbing two things and this is malabarismo, right? So you juggle with it.
okay. Thank you.
No problem. And this is the name, Sue Ellen. Sue comes from Susan, I guess. Sue, and Ellen is another name. So it doesn't really matter. I mean, every person pronounces their name different. But this name I think is very common, and it's Sue Ellen. Okay, so here I just wanted to point out that we see comparison. She wants to grow it as long as her mother's. So they are trying to say that these are the same. She wants to, she doesn't say, I want to grow it less than my mother or more than my mother. It's as long as her mother's. So that's the goal. And we have that part. Let's see here. Another participant, Miguel. Miguel, can you help me with the highlight?
The highlight of the circus are the three clowns, Pete, Pod, and Pat. They all wear long red shoes, but Pat's shoes are the longest and sometimes he falls over because they are so long. They perform for about 20 minutes and they are always the most popular act with the audience, especially the children. Many people think Pete, Pod, and Pat are three brothers, but Pat is older than the other two. He's their father. He's the oldest clown in the country, but he has a lot of energy.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Let's go with Oscar. Can you do the last paragraph, Oscar?
Tomorrow will be the longest day because the circus is leaving town and everything must be packed away into big trucks.
Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So we see here a mix of comparisons, especially with comparative adjectives. For example, older than. So older is a comparative adjective. We saw other comparatives, like for example, here, strongest man. This is another comparative, but it's something we call the superlative. Strongest man in the world, el más fuerte del mundo. That means there is no other uh stronger than him. So if you see this reading is a mix of everything, right? But it's in a funny way. We kind of read, we kind of practice the pronunciation, and also learn a few words that we might not feel familiarized with it. Like for example, the word juggle. I mean, juggle is it's a word that we normally will see in circus, right? It's, of course, acts and the performing people. But sometimes juggle can be a metaphor, or can be used in not in a literal sense. Is more like a figure of speech. En sentido figurado, vamos a encontrar gente que diga así como, um, I juggle with as many problems I can. Estoy tratando de lidiar con tantos problemas como puedo, ¿verdad? O esto es más de lo que puedo lidiar. This is more than what I can juggle, for example. So these are things that we can see that, of course, literally juggle means to throw objects in the air, and of course, keep your balance and don't uh, drop anything. But at the same time, it can be just a figure of speech and saying that, of course, you're dealing with things in life. And you might see this expression used in other contexts, other than the circus or the performing arts. So thank you very much, guys, for staying with me all the way to the end of this lesson. Hopefully, it was very informative. Of course, I know that there's a lot of content, but hopefully, tomorrow we will have more time just to dedicate to practice whatever we studied today. So I'll let you sleep, have some rest for the rest of the evening, and I'll see you tomorrow at 7:30. Have a great evening, everyone.
Thanks,
Thank you,
teacher.
teacher.
Bye. See
You're
you
very
Tomorrow.
welcome.
tomorrow.
See you tomorrow,
Have a
guys.
good night,
Bye-bye.
teacher.
You too.